Jeez, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We're here in nature, having fun. 10 things that will make you think twice. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Thank you, Jack. One of my favorite lines. I love diving deep. And right now I see that it's not about living in our egos. It's more about being eco-friendly. Because as humanity, we feel we are at the top of the pyramid. We feel we are better than every other life form on the planet. And I realize we have to share Earth with every other life form on the planet. We have to humble ourselves. And yes, I love to use the ego to power the heart, but I always put love in the driving seat. 10 things that will make you say, what? What the bleep do we know? What do I know? I know how much I don't know. Number 1, you're swimming there with the sun on your face and you are 6 feet below the ocean. But wait a minute, you go down deeper, if you're lucky, and 350 feet, you will find a blue whale. Now, the only mammal which has been able to go deeper than that is the sperm whale, going down a whopping 10,000 feet. The deepest part of the ocean in the world which has been discovered is called the Mariana Trench. And the Mariana Trench was discovered by the Challenger ship. And it is so deep. It is 36,000 feet. That is over 7 miles. It is so deep, you can put Mount Everest on the floor and still have 1 mile of water above you. The pressure is 1,000 times more powerful than on the surface. It's like 50 jumbo jets squeezing your head from all sides. Now that's pressure. You talk of peer pressure. That is real pressure. What this has made me see in becoming the greatest version of myself is that life is everywhere. And the ocean, we have only discovered 5% of the ocean. So 95% is undiscovered. We don't even know what is out there. You will find all kinds of crazy creatures, beautiful creatures, strange creatures making funny faces at you. And scientists say that 80% of all living beings on the planet exist within the ocean. So it humbles me every single day to say, put things in perspective. There is so much more out there to know. And it always reminds me that being free is your birthright. Number 2 is money. I realized along my journey, money is not real. Money is a collective belief system. Money being a piece of paper, the original money, which is a representation of value, was in the form of precious minerals and metals, gold. But now the money is not backed by anything. So if you take your money to a bank and you say, can I have some silver? Can I have some gold? They would laugh at you. So when we see that we are the original currency, we are the currency we are working for, we free ourselves. And right now on the planet, it's all about living in abundance. We're the only species that has to pay to live. And I see that because money is energy, the more we can see that health is wealth, we start working on our mental, emotional, and physical body, because the three are interconnected. It's all about moving out of the poverty mindset, but also seeing that there is more to life than paper money. It is all about the value and the contribution you can make to the world to make this place better for all of us. Because my goodness, we need to do a lot of work. Number 3 is education. I was working with autistic children for many years in a mainstream school. So being in a school environment, it gave me that insight. It made me go back into time when I was at school again. Education emanating from the Latin educare, meaning to bring out. However, in many of these institutions, we are putting in information into the children. We are programming them with concepts, subjects, which will not benefit them later on in life. But the true essence of education is to bring out. And that's what's freed me along my journey. It's helped me to become the greatest version of myself. That's why every day I'm smiling, because I see that study everything, but study yourself first. The greatest book lies within yourself. Number 4 is love. And I am learning every single day about the topic of love. Because earlier on, I used to feel that love was all about someone belonging to you, possession, ownership. Many people say, I love my car, I love my wife, I love my husband. But that love is based on possession. Now, in my more evolved state, I see that love is all about letting go, allowing someone else or something else to step into its true authenticity. It is not about saying I own someone else. It is about allowing the other person to become the greatest versions of themselves. And it is beautiful. Number 5 is about the government. Krishnamurti said, have you ever wondered why we have leaders? And when I realize this, it makes me see that we have to govern ourselves. That is how you free yourself, because the government stands for governmental. So who is governing your mind? Are you creating your world, or are you helping build someone else's? And right now on the planet, I just see a collective shift in consciousness. People are seeing that the power lies within them to govern their mental, emotional, and physical selves. Yes, we exist within each other, but at the same time, being a sovereign being means that you have 100% authority of your inner kingdom. So, being free is your birthright. We came here to play. It's a reminder that we have to become the ruler of our own lives, not of the lives of someone else. Number 6 is all about health. And what I found along my journey is that nature is so smart it put the medicine in the foods. The cancer industry is $125 billion industry. Repeat that. $125 billion industry. My goodness. But every now and again, you are having a marathon for cancer to find the cure. But the problem still remains, because when we go back to 1924, where you had Dr. Otto Warburg, who found that cancer is caused by a depletion of oxygen within the cells. So therefore, to prevent cancer, we don't need chemotherapy. We need to start eating right, more alkaline foods, pomegranates, avocados, figs, runner beans, almonds. All of this helps us to raise the frequency to get rid of diseases, to prevent them, because prevention is better than cure. A recent study by Dr. Longo in the Longevity Institute in Southern California showed that eating dairy, meat, and eggs is just as harmful as smoking cigarettes and may be the cause of cancer. That's why being a vegan is the single most important decision I have ever made in my life. I feel the difference. I feel lighter, happier, more energy, more clarity. And this is all because I have embraced a plant-based diet. It's done wonders. Philip Woolen, an ex-CEO and now a philanthropist, talked of how every week there are over 2 billion sentient beings killed. There are over 10,000 species being killed every single year. We are facing the 6th mass extinction on the planet. Any biologist would call an organism doing that a virus. And this makes me feel that as humanity, we have to take more responsibility, that animals are our friends. And it's freed me along my journey just to see that instead of talking about it, be about it. And I've taken the active steps, and it's changed my life for the better. Number 7, war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And when we see that, okay, we are here for a very short time. Even if you are a sequoia tree, it's still only a few thousand years. But that's just a drop in the ocean of eternity. So when we see that the US, their budget in 2013 was $682 billion. All of this money could be used to feed all the starving people in the world. But we have to see that it's not about blaming the US government. It's about seeing that you are the government. Each one of us is society. And we have to start taking responsibility because we live in a beautiful world. So we have to ask ourselves, why are we destroying it? Tupac Shakur said, "We've got money for war, but we can't feed the poor." Powerful words. And it's made me always think that that is why you have to eat the best and live the best, because people are spending money to kill people, which is crazy. Number 8, lifestyle. And I have come up with a term I call the conveyor belt lifestyle. You wake up, you go to school or you go to work, you come home, and it's the same routine. And all of this keeps us in a perpetual cycle. It keeps us in a very limited state. It did along my journey. And what's freed me is changing my lifestyle. It's done wonders to see that we came here to be free. We came here to have the most expansive existence possible. And it's not about fitting in. It's about seeing that you came here to be unique. You came here to stand out. And when I realized one moment that, wait a minute, it's all a massive joke, that moment was my awakening. To see that many of us, we are living as slaves on the planet. Like Morpheus said in The Matrix, you are a slave, Neo, born into a prison you cannot smell, taste, or touch. A prison for your mind. And I made the decision, because it's all a choice between fear or love, that I am going to let love guide me and not fear. And I haven't looked back since. But we have to ask ourselves, are we living or are we merely existing? Feel alive. Oh yes. You have to lose your mind and come to your senses. The truth will set you free. But first, it will piss you off and blow your mind. It happened to me along my journey, where everything I thought was true turned out to be a big lie. It shattered my whole life, in a good way. But it forced me to dive deeper, to start questioning and looking at reality in a whole new way. I always talk of moving into the body by breathing deep from the base of our spines, by reconnecting back to Mother Nature, planting our feet, by loving yourself 100%. And the more we can move into our body, we don't even have to think. And that is where I am going. That's where I'm moving to, where I am surrendering to the intelligence of the universe, because I am part of that intelligence. And in that state, thinking becomes obsolete. Now, all we have to do is move into the pure sensation of life. And that is what meditation is all about. Absorbing yourself in the present moment 100%. Allowing thoughts to flow through you without judgment. And just chilling. Kicking back and realizing that we have no control of the external world. Only the image we have of ourselves, our perception of ourselves. Number 9 is perception. The perception we have of ourselves is greater than the perception other people have of us. I remember watching The Matrix for the first time. Blew me away. Mouth open, everything. And Morpheus said something which is still in my mind. He said to Neo, what is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Time for a reality check. A lot of the times, I sometimes say to myself, maybe life is but a dream. row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And that's why I don't take everything so seriously, because I see it's all about doing what you love here. Yes, we are immortal. Energy can never be destroyed. However, we have to do it right now because we are given a gift. And it's not just about us. It's about every species on this planet. We have to live the life we've always dreamed of. It's all an illusion. Quantum physicists such as David Bohm, Max Planck have already told us that matter is an illusion. Underneath everything is just pure energy. But the ancients have always been saying that. Even the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, the Syrians, the Kemites, ancient people from Babylon. When you open your eyes, you are only seeing visible light. You can't see X-ray, all of the other frequencies on the electromagnetic spectrum. Visible light only makes up 0.00001%. So we have to ask ourselves, what the hell is out there? All of these ancient civilizations, they knew the secret that we are living in a transient universe. And that's why I always say, be open to change, prepare for change, and embrace change, because that is the only constant. Perception, perception, perception. Once we see that how we feel towards ourselves internally expresses itself externally, our inner manifestation becomes our outer reality. And that is how to use this in a practical way. Be aware of what you are telling yourself. Own your emotions and take responsibility for how you feel. Yes, there are a lot of mean people towards us, but even that is a perception, and it is the attitude that we take. Once you see that you have to love yourself 100%, you have to accept yourself 100%. You're not here to please everyone. You're only here to be whoever you are. Who are you? Tell me. Number 10 is technology. Are you a transhumanist? I am a transhumanist. And if you are watching this video with a computer, which I take you are, or an iPad or iPhone, you are also part of the club. Welcome. Because transhumanism is where we merge with the technology. Posthumanism is where it's already happened. 100%. And a technological singularity is where artificial intelligence supersedes human intellect. And scientists have predicted that date to be somewhere in between 2040 and 2045. What I've seen is that I love technology. I love social media because I see that technology is a powerful tool for reconnecting us back together, for helping us connect with those who remind us who we are. At the same time, I'm aware of the elf waves, the extra low frequencies. I'm aware that many of us, we are so good at talking online that we don't know how to talk to people in real life situations. But then again, what is real, hey? But a lot of the times, I see that right now on the planet, Many of us, we are becoming this technology. And that's why, for me right now, it's about unplugging. It's about seeing that we are the original technology. We are greater than all of the computers on the planet combined. We have that much power. We have to see that once we start raising our frequency by eating more plant-based foods, walking into nature, we start decalcifying our pineal gland. Don't make me do a part 2. Don't make me do a part 2. But it's liberating just to see that we can use technology as a tool, but it is only a means. It is not the end. Because once we start reconnecting back to the truth of who we are, we see that we have so much power. We have so much talents, but at the same time, we have to place ourselves in the right environment that facilitates our growth and helps us to become the greatest versions of ourselves. Right now on the planet, I see that it's about letting go of society's expectations. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what religion you believe in. It doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. That's your business. But right now, it is the end of separation, and it is about unification. It is about seeing that, yes, we are one. But at the same time, everything is based on the law of resonance. We came here to be free. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is who had the most fun. We are here in nature, raising the frequency, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy, stay smiling.